Wake Up News live on Globe. Wake Up News live on Globe Television. I am Sandra BOAHEN. Let's take a look at the headlines. Coming up, devastating fire sweeps through Tachiman Central Market, destroying several shops and goods worth millions of cedis. This morning, national security operatives intercept a significant haul of counterfeit money and suspected gold bars concealed within 12 20-foot shipping containers. And the President Mahama has assured the operationalization of the Commander Sugar Factory in the Central Region under his government. On the international front, Nigerian artist is making a name in the industry with his unique technique of creating beautiful portraits by cracking glass. In sports, a 10-man Barcelona and a hard-fought up shortly. To stay with us. Thank you very much for your time. We are starting our first details from the Bono region, from the Bono East region, I beg your pardon. A devastating fire has swept through the Tachiman Central Market in the Bono East region, destroying several shops and goods worth millions of cedis. This is the second fire incident to hit the market in just 4 weeks. The fire started on Sunday evening when trading activities were not in session. Fortunately, no fatalities or casualties were reported. However, fire personnel had a challenging time putting out the blaze due to the misconduct of some observers.
I don't know what the people are up to. There's an outbreak of fire and the fire service is ready to help you in extinguishing it. But I don't know why the people are cutting our hoses like that. The other time we faced the same challenge. They cut the hoses, about 3 hoses, and now, as you have seen, they have cut it again. So I don't know why. 9:44 that we got the information that there was an outbreak of fire in the market. Actually, my men were returning from an accident at Prampomso. So at their usual patrol duties, they were going for the patrol duties when the outbreak of fire came in. So they returned to the market. It took them 46 hours minutes to bring the fire under control. In actual fact, the human traffic has been a problem. About a month ago, we faced the same challenge. When there's an outbreak of fire, I don't know why the people come around like that. Everybody wants to come in and take videos and pictures. So the human factor, their presence is too much for us. According to our research, all the fire outbreaks in Ghana that we encounter are human errors. That is human factors. All of them. There's no way we have ever experienced natural fires like earthquake, sunrises, and all that. They are all human factors. So we plead that whenever it happens like that, they should give us a chance, because we have the men. We are the perfect people who can fight the fires.
My sister and friend say, I will see your side of honor yet or honor shit. Timusimiti and I made him recapie and I may found Okada. To the bedroom, and maybe she has seen pepe, na fire service so bedroom on them. To metal sona, a more castle matcha, a more sona, what they do Mijano. A matcha, a so much a mobile, and so much 3 times in I say. kwan a ɔbɛfa so ɔmbɛnyɛ gya no ntumntum na ɔmo nhye baabi no nya kwan hye na yɛsɛ abɛgyinagyina nneɛma ho sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a akorɔmfoɔ nyɛ kwan sesa yɛ nneɛma ɛyɛ saa na akorɔmfoɔ no so abɛdɔɔso baabi a mete kwan wa o ɛnso mentimi nsɔre nkɔ mekɔkora mentimi nda ɛsiane sɛ me nneɛma gu dwom mesɔre firi asese ase a mekɔkora nyɛ ade a metimi ada ɛma sɛ mete dwom ha mehwɛ nti deɛ ehia no sɛ sese a no sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ ɛsɛ ampanyinfoɔ na ɛbɛsɔre na ɔmo abɛka bi aboa yɛ anaasɛ ɔmo sɛdeɛ kwan bi a ɔmbɛfa so a mboa bi bɛba na dwa no yɛanyɛ sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a saa dwa hyehyɛ no na to atwa
hɔ no a gyare to mu no hɔ no ayɛ sɛ bɔhye bi no mu wɔ hɔ nom a ɔmo adeɛ san na ɔmo sosɔ gya wɔ saa area hɔ nti hɔ no ɔsɛ mpanyinfoɔ hwɛ na saa nkurɔfoɔ no etu ɔmo firi hɔ deɛ ɛtɔ so mmienu nso so no market ha deɛ ɛbɛhia kwan ɔsɛ kwan deda market no mu biribi si saa na fire service for na tuma wura hɔ na ɔmo akɔduru gya.
We are still on this story because the Ghana National Fire Service has launched an investigation into the cause of the fire. This latest incident has left traders counting their losses, with many appealing for support to rebuild their businesses. We will continue to bring you updates on this developing story. In the meantime, our thoughts are with the affected traders and the people of Techimano. Away from this, national security operatives have intercepted a significant haul of counterfeit money and suspected gold bars concealed within 12 20-foot shipping containers. Acting on a tip-off, officers raided a warehouse in Sapeman within the Gas South municipality where the illegal starch was uncovered. Upon inspection, bundles of fake US dollars were found inside wooden boxes hidden within cement to avoid detection. Other items seized included counterfeit Ghana cedi notes, as well as fake Ghana Army uniforms and boots, raising further security concerns. Authorities have confirmed that 2 of the containers remain unaccounted for, with intensified efforts underway to locate them. Meanwhile, a manhunt has been launched for 4 individuals, including a suspected ringleader identified only as Alaji. National Security has assured the public that investigations are ongoing to dismantle the operation and bring all culprits to justice. Away from this, on education, the Ghana Education Service has interdicted the headmaster of Pina Senior High School in the Upper West region, Adams Mahama Isaku, due to allegations involving food items found in his official vehicle. The interdiction, which took effect immediately, is part of an ongoing investigation into the matter.
According to a letter signed by the Regional Director of GS for the Upper West Region, Razak Abdulkra, the interdiction is a procedural measure and does not imply guilt. The GS has assured stakeholders that the investigation will be thorough and the headmaster Adams Mahama Ishaku will be notified of the findings and any subsequent decisions. As part of the directive, Mahama Ishaku has been instructed to hand over the administration of the school and all associated property to the Upper West Regional Director of Education. He has also been urged to cooperate fully with the investigation and avoid any action that might compromise the process. The GS has emphasized its commitment to upholding transparency and accountability in the education sector and has called on Mahama Isahaku and all relevant parties to adhere to the directives and facilitate the smooth progression of the investigation.
We are still on education because the West African Examinations Council has announced that it withheld results from the 2024 West African Senior School Certificate Examination will be released by February 28, 2025. This decision comes after a legal battle and pressure from the National Union of Ghana students.
The West Africa Examination Council (WAEC) cited widespread malpractice as the reason for withholding the results initially. However, investigation into these allegations are nearing completion, paving the way for the release. The assurance follows a High Court ruling on January 30th, which mandated WAEC to release the affected results. The court decision was in response to a lawsuit filed by 4 students representing 10,520 candidates whose results were withheld due to suspected examination malpractice. The head of public affairs at WAEC, John Kapi, expressed confidence that the council would conclude its probe and release the results by the set dates.
Meanwhile, the council has continued its hearings for other affected candidates and has been releasing results as appropriate. The council wishes to assure its stakeholders that all the cases of malpractice being investigated would be finalized and all results released by 28 February 2025. The Council also wishes to assure its numerous publics that it is working assiduously to ensure that no candidate is cheated or unduly disadvantaged.
Despite the successful administration of the 2024 West African Senior School Certificate Examination (WASSCE), the West Africa Examination Council has reported several disturbing instances of malpractice. WAEC's head of public affairs, John Kapi, expressed concerns over the alarming increase in malpractice cases, emphasizing the need for all stakeholders to speak out against the issue.
The Council wishes to state that the increase in malpractice cases in the Council's examinations is alarming. We would like to stress that the fight against this menace is a collective one. Parents, guardians, the media, and indeed all stakeholders should speak out boldly against this menace in order to give our examination the credibility it deserves and ensure that certificates are awarded to people who truly deserve them. Lastly, we wish to appeal to parents, guardians, and the candidates involved to cooperate with the Council to enable it expedite action on the release of outstanding results. I thank you for your attention.
In other stories, a video circulating on social media has sparked widespread outrage, with many calling for the arrest of a driver who was captured driving recklessly on a highway. Social media users expressed their anger and frustration, stating that the driver's actions put the lives of passengers and other road users at risk. Many criticized the authorities for not taking action against reckless drivers, citing the need for stricter enforcement of traffic laws. Some users pointed out that drivers are often responsible for accidents and that defensive driving practices can help prevent tragedies. Others called for the driver's license to be revoked, arguing that his actions demonstrate a blatant disregard for the safety of others. The Ghana Police Service has been urged to take action against the driver, with many calling for his arrest and prosecution. The incident has sparked a wider conversation about road safety in Ghana and the need for greater accountability among drivers. President Mahama has assured the operationalization of the Comenda Sugar Factory in the Central Region under his government. Well, we are... Welcome back from the break. Now, President John Dramani Mahama has shared that the Comenda Sugar Factory in the Central Region will be made operational under his government. He says that the administration was committed to ensuring that the project proceeds as planned to make the Central Region the country's largest sugar producer. Addressing hundreds of people at a thank you tour in Cape Coast, President Mahama said the Minister of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry had been directed to provide an update on the status of the factory to facilitate the necessary action.
I have no doubt that all of you are poised to work tirelessly to improve the lot of Ghanaians in your respective sector based on your experience and your competence. I must, however, remind you of the same caution I sounded to your colleagues who have already taken office, that the hallmark of this government will be modesty and respect for the Ghanaian people. There will be no room for arrogance and pomposity in this government. The resources that you'll be working with belong to the Ghanaian people who put us in office. Those resources are not to be wasted.
The NDC government secured a $35 million loan and $24 million investment to revive the Comenda Sugar Factory, which was inaugurated in May 2016 but ceased operations. The factory, which was expected to employ 7,300 people, faces challenges due to inadequate raw material supply. The NPP government has attempted to revive the factory but faced challenges due to inadequate raw material supply. Speaking at President Mohammed's visit to the Central Region, the paramount chief of the Commander Traditional Area, Okatachie Kome the 8th, appealed to President Mahama to operationalize the factory. In response, President Mahama acknowledged that it was unacceptable for the Comenda Sugar Factory to remain non-operational for 8 years. He revealed that he has directed the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry to present a comprehensive report on the factory's current state, after which he would take decisive action to restart its operation.
I've asked the Minister of Trade and Agribusiness and Industry to provide me with a status update of the Comenda Sugar Factory. We are determined to proceed and continue with that project so that the Central Region will become the biggest producer of sugar in Ghana.
President John Dramani Mahama has announced a ban of first-class travel for government ministers as part of effort to cut down on public expenditure and promote modest governance. This move aligns with President Mahama's commitment to responsible governance, ensuring that public funds are directed toward development rather than luxury. The president made this declaration during the swearing-in of newly appointed ministers at the Jubilee House on Friday, February 7th.
I have no doubt that all of you are poised to work tirelessly to improve the lot of Ghanaians in your respective sector based on your experience and your competence. I must, however, remind you of the same caution I sounded to your colleagues who have already taken office, that the hallmark of this government and respect for the Ghanaian people. There will be no room for arrogance and pomposity in this government. The resources that you will be working on opulence and extravagance. I've asked the Chief of Staff to write to all government appointees that I have imposed a ban on non-essential travel forthwith to cut down expenditure. Any travel that is deemed essential and necessary must be cleared first with the Office of the Chief of Staff, and such travels will have to be undertaken in modesty, no first class.
Meanwhile, some ministers and government appointees have welcomed the president's announcement to restrict officials from taking first-class flights. They argue the directive aligns with the president's broader strategy of running a lean government, as seen in his recent appointment.
President, and he has given his marching orders, and every appointee is supposed to oblige. And I think it is in order, given our circumstances at the moment. I think that these are some of the measures to protect the public purse at this point in time.
No, I mean, this is an important suggestion, and I think that I mean, in the spirit of transparency, it will not be a bad idea at all. And I will expect that Parliament, because you recall that when we were in position, some of us really made sure that we focused on that, looking at how much we are losing to travels, frivolous expenditures, and how we are not prioritizing the use of our scarce resources. So periodic reporting will be critical.
The way that the presidency works, he has vast power. He has vast resources at his disposal. There are always ways that the president uses to obtain information on happenings in the country. So I'm not sure that an appointee can go contrary to these rules and go scot-free without being detected. So there are adequate mechanisms in place to ensure and enforce compliance.
Bato Mankrado Tobe Boboji Zevi VII has urged President John Mahama to launch an investigation into the 2023 military brutalities in Ashaman and hold those responsible accountable. Addressing the press in Ashaman, he called on President Mahama to ensure justice for the victims by investigating the incident and prosecuting the perpetrators.
In 2023, military officers rounded up hundreds of Ashaman residents and subjected them to severe torture following the murder of a 22-year-old serviceman Sheriff Imoru. Although the action by the military was widely considered a move to avenge the slain soldier, the Ghana Armed Forces had defended their actions as an intelligence-led operation. However, Togbe Boboji Zevi VII argues that the military could have handled the situation differently without resorting to violence against residents.
I'm calling for the president to investigate the army commander who have commanded his army to beat people in Ashama, disgrace elders, men and women, beating them because they lost one member. Present of me, they go to the Tulaku there, lying down, everybody there, beating them, rolling in the cow shit like that, whereby there is a way they can do that.
Speaking at a press conference in Ashaman, he emphasized that the military must protect citizens, not harm them. He called on President John Dramani Mahama to ensure justice for the victims by investigating the incident and prosecuting those responsible.
Mr. President, we are calling you to do something about that. It's very bad. Ghana must be protected. Our military must protect us. We are proud of them because other nations are proud of them. We love them.
Togbe Gbogboji Zevi VII also criticized Insawam Adwejri Member of Parliament Frank Anodomprem for making inflammatory remarks about the Ablikuma North parliamentary election dispute.
And I'm surprised that a whole MP can come out and disgrace himself, planning to destroy our nation Ghana, which our parents have suffered to build. He is trying to bring broad shear. What is he looking for? He doesn't see anything to say that MPP members should come and support to go and fight NDC.
On the international front, the Nigerian artist is making a name in the industry with his unique technique of creating beautiful portraits by cracking glass. To stay. Nigerian artist Sharif Abdul-Rafiu is making his name in the local art scene with his unique technique of creating beautiful portraits by cracking glass. With a drill bit in hand, the 30-year-old meticulously strikes glass to create precise cracks using his bare hands. He calls the method knocking.
This one, it is knocking, not drawing, you understand? You know, something you draw is only different with knocking. You know, knocking is, you have to get the accurate place you are knocking, you understand? If you don't get the accurate place, the art can maybe look different with what you even want to do. The ones I enjoy most doing is the one that is portrait picture, that is just the face and with a smile. that the teeth of the person will be showing. That brings the beauty of the art.
This is not drawing. So, you know, I have to drive down here just to look at it with my 2 eyes, not the one I'm seeing on a video. So I was so impressed. What I was saying is different with the normal drawing. You know, when you see your face on a glass, you know, I was so impressed.
In sports, a 10-man Barcelona and a hard-fought 4-1 win against Sevilla to put pressure on La Liga leaders. To stay for more details. A 10-man Barcelona and a hard-fought 4-1 win are struggling in Sevilla with goals by Robert Lewandowski, Fermin Lopez, Rafinha and Eric Garcia on Sunday to edge closer to the top of La Liga. The win lifted third place Barca to 48 points. Plymouth caused the major upset in the FA Cup after securing a 1-0 win against Liverpool side to end their hopes of securing the trophy for an 8th time.
Against Kelleher, and the home side have the lead. The man who of late can't stop scoring goals has put the side bottom of the Championship, a goal up against the team top of the Premier League. Big man forward. One of them there, and a mistake from Liverpool. Hardy, it's a big save that from Kevin Kelleher. Ball in to Diaz. It looked all set, didn't it, for the equaliser. Ball up and under. Again looking for Nunes. McConnell on the follow-up. Couldn't hit the target. Endo sending a ball back in. McConnell battling away, and Jota's shot with something on it. Acrobatics, and they felt it was a...
And that's it for sports. We take a recap of the top stories. Devastating fire sweeps through the Chiman Central Market, destroying several shops and goods worth millions of cedis. And also, national security operatives intercept a significant haul of counterfeit money and suspected gold bars concealed within 12 20-foot shipping containers. On the international front, a Nigerian artist is making a name in the industry with his unique technique of creating beautiful portraits by cracking glass. In sports, a 10-man Barcelona. This morning, I am Sandra BOAHEN. Up next, SES. Thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate it.